General Hospital November Performer of the Month, Nancy Lee Grahn. GH fans voted Nancy Lee Grahn Performer of the Month for the second month in a row. It was an emotional November to remember for General Hospital. All the nominees for Performer of the Month had to deal with losing Sam McCall. November 2024 Performer of the Month. For Fincar's Rocco, he had to deal with a survivor's guilt of sorts. Sam, Kelly Monaco, died after donating part of her liver to his mom. That messed him up because he knew he still had a mom, while Danny and Scout, Cosette Abinant, lost theirs. Speaking of Danny, Asher Antonizin rose to the occasion, playing a teenager who found himself suddenly without the one parental figure who has been there for him since he was born. He had to say goodbye to his mom, and Antonizin played those emotions as Danny lashed out at Lucas, then Hansis, and then spoke at Sam's funeral. However, he always ensured his sister was okay, as if it were his job. For the second month in a row, Dominic Zamprogna made us feel Dandy's pain and heartbreak as he mourned the woman he wanted to marry, and then tried to figure out how he would go on for his son. It felt real when he worried about splitting up the kids and where he and Rocco were going to live. Finally, like Zamprogna, Nancy Lee Grahn was also back in the running, and fans voted her Performer of the Month for the second month in a row. In fact, she dominated the poll with roughly 82% of the vote. Alexis reacted to her daughter's death in October. In November, we really got to see an Alexis in mourning. Her oldest daughter left this world before her, and she had to deal with this heartbreaking fact. At times, Alexis looked like she would lose herself to the grief, but she persevered. Plus, as an addict, she had to dig deep to prevent any sort of relapse. Thankfully, Alexis did not wallow in her grief. After all, she had the kids to think about, and a big question was where Scout and Danny were going to live. In addition, she prepped Christina, Kate Mancy, for the impending trial against Ava, Maura West. Then she had to defend Christina, while Rick Hurst, questioned her daughter on the stand. Ultimately, Alexis showed her strength all month long, even as she unraveled and broke down. November was an emotional whirlwind on General Hospital, but one performance stood out above all: Nancy Lee Grahn's portrayal of Alexis Davis. Grahn, a veteran of the soap world, delivered scenes that were not only rich in emotion, but also layered with vulnerability and strength, reminding viewers why Alexis is one of the most beloved and complex characters in Port Charles. The return to her core. In November, Alexis faced a storm of challenges, each one peeling back the layers of her personality and history. Grahn's portrayal felt like a masterclass in acting, as Alexis grappled with issues that struck at the core of who she is. From revisiting her complicated family dynamics with the Cassadines to her growing role as a mentor to young adults in Port Charles, Grahn's performance reminded us of Alexis' resilience and her ever-present inner turmoil. The month began with Alexis finding herself entangled in the chaos surrounding her nephew, Nicholas Cassadine. As secrets unraveled about Nicholas's shady dealings and strained relationships, Alexis was thrust into a moral dilemma. Grahn played Alexis with a delicate balance of frustration and compassion, embodying a woman torn between loyalty to her family and her unwavering desire for justice. One standout scene involved Alexis confronting Nicholas at Windermere. Grahn infused her dialogue with a raw intensity, her voice trembling as she delivered lines that cut straight to the heart. "You're a Cassadine, Nicholas, but that doesn't mean you have to be ruled by the name," she exclaimed, her eyes brimming with tears. The way Grahn let Alexis's voice crack just enough to convey her pain while maintaining her steely resolve was a testament to her mastery of subtlety. A mother's reflection. November also brought Alexis back into the orbit of her daughters, offering Grahn the opportunity to explore Alexis's identity as a mother. In particular, her interactions with Sam and Christina revealed the depth of her character's love and guilt. Alexis has always struggled with the consequences of her decisions, and Grahn delivered those moments with poignant honesty. In one particularly moving scene, Alexis and Christina had a heart-to-heart about the latter's growing role at Charlie's pub. Christina, ever the fiery spirit, pushed back against Alexis's protective instincts. Grahn portrayed Alexis's concern with a quiet desperation, her voice soft but firm as she said, "I just don't want you to make the same mistakes I did." The line could have been cliché, but Grahn's delivery made it feel like a mantra Alexis has whispered to herself countless times over the years. Her scenes with Sam were equally powerful, especially as the two women discussed Sam's struggles with her own identity and choices. Grahn and Kelly Monaco have a natural chemistry that makes their mother-daughter bond feel authentic, and their conversations this month felt like a genuine exploration of generational differences and shared wounds. Alexis's advice to Sam, "Be kinder to yourself than I ever was to me," was a standout moment, delivered with a wistful smile that hinted at Alexis's own journey towards self-acceptance. A mentor in the making, November also saw Alexis stepping into the role of mentor, a natural evolution for a character who has always fought for justice. Her scenes with Gregory Chase were among the most compelling of the month, as the two bonded over their shared love of the written word and their desire to make a difference. Grahn brought a warmth to these interactions that felt like a refreshing shift for Alexis, who has often been portrayed as guarded and solitary. One particularly memorable scene involved Alexis encouraging Gregory to write an op-ed for The Invader. Grahn played the moment with a mix of enthusiasm and vulnerability, revealing Alexis' own insecurities about her journalistic pursuits. "Writing isn't just about putting words on paper," she said. "It's about finding your voice and using it, no matter how scared you are." The line felt like it could have been spoken by Grahn herself, a testament to how seamlessly she embodies Alexis's spirit. Revisiting the past, of course, no month in Port Charles would be complete without a few ghosts from the past, and Alexis had her fair share of reckoning. A surprise visit from a former adversary brought back memories of Alexis's darker days, and Grahn used the opportunity to remind viewers of her character's evolution. In a tense exchange at the Savoy, Alexis stood her ground, her voice steady and her gaze unwavering. It was a moment that showcased how far she has come from the self-destructive lawyer we first met years ago. Grahn's ability to seamlessly weave Alexis's past into her present is one of the reasons her performance resonates so deeply. Whether it's a subtle glance or a fleeting expression, Grahn has a knack for conveying the weight of Alexis's history without overshadowing her current storyline. It's a delicate balance, and Grahn executes it with finesse. The quiet moments. What truly set Grahn apart this month were the quiet moments. Those brief pauses where she let Alexis's emotions simmer just beneath the surface. One of the most touching scenes involved Alexis sitting alone in her office, flipping through an old photo album. Without a single line of dialogue, Grahn conveyed a lifetime of regret, longing, and hope through her expressions alone. It was a reminder that sometimes the most powerful performances are the ones that speak volumes in silence. A legacy of excellence. Nancy Lee Grahn's performance in November was a masterclass in acting, blending emotional depth with a nuanced understanding of her character's journey. Alexis Davis is a woman of contradictions, strong yet vulnerable, confident yet insecure, and Grahn captures every facet with authenticity and grace. Her portrayal reminds us why General Hospital continues to be a cornerstone of daytime television. It's not just about the drama, it's about the characters who feel like family. As November came to a close, Alexis's storylines left viewers eager for what's to come. Whether she's battling her inner demons, mentoring the next generation, or standing up for what she believes in, Alexis remains a force to be reckoned with, and Nancy Lee Grahn is the driving force behind her enduring appeal. For fans of General Hospital, her performance this month was nothing short of a gift, a reminder of why we tune in day after day, year after year.